After making several drafts of our music video, we wanted to receive some audience feedback. To gather audience feedback, we created questions on SurveyMonkey. We then sent out the survey by email to years 9 and 11 from our school, which are aged between 13 to 16 years old.
The reason we sent it to that specific age group was because we felt that the specific age group would relate to the characters from the music video, as our narrative is similar to what a typical age group would go through in their life.
Using SurveyMonkey, we created open and closed question to receive a variety of responses. We used closed question to receive a simple response and an open question to receive an opinion and a detailed response. For closed question, we created a scale from 1 to 5, from 1 being very good and 5 being very poor, so the audience could rate our performance.
This is the question we created for the audience for our third draft of our music video. In this survey, we created one closed question that we made as a multiple choice answer.
For the second question was an open question, as we wanted to receive a more detailed response on how we could improve our music video.
For the last question, we made a multiple choice answer, as well as adding in an explanation as to why they've selected their option.
Overall, from our survey, we received a total of 16 responses. From this question, we wanted to find out what the audience thought about the performance and how we could improve it next time.
For question 1, we received a mixture of responses, and the highest rating for our performance was 3, which was fairly good, which 6 out of 16 chose, and the lowest rating was 1, very good, and 4 being very poor, with 1 response out of the 16.
By looking at the response, we came to the conclusion that we have room for improvement for the performance side of our music video, and to think on how we can make the performance better.
For the second question, we wanted feedback on how we could improve our music video, so we created a closed and open response for the question.
From this question, we received 14 responses in total. 5 people answered the closed question and not the open question, but we received 9 comments for the open question stating their opinion on how we could improve the music video.
Majority of the comments were made on the lip syncing and how it wasn't on time, as well as the guitar scene and how the chords didn't match the music, and minority of the responses were on how shaky the camera was in some of the scenes.
We used this feedback to improve for our next draft to match the lip syncing or reshoot to fix the lip syncing, as well as stabilizing any shaky scenes and trying to match the guitar.
For the third question, we made it closed and opened, as we wanted feedback on the narrative of the performance and why they rated that number.
For this question, only 16 people answered with 13 comments. No one thought it was very good and 1 thought it was very poor. And a tie was 6 people for 3 and 4. 3 moderate and 4 poor.
With comments, some thought the storyline was confusing. Some liked the narrative and the shots that we've used. Some weren't sure and including an irrelevant answer.
Overall, the key points that we gathered from the survey were the poor lip syncing and the guitar scene, where the chords don't match and having a confusing storyline.
After taking on board the feedback and the improvement we had to take into consideration, we worked on the weakest areas that the audience suggested and made more drafts.
Finally, on our 5th draft, we decided to send out another survey to the same specific age group for more feedback and to see if we made improvement from our last draft. For this survey, we only had 4 responses out of all the year groups, which wasn't as helpful as the last survey, as not many people answered.
For question 1, we wanted to find out if the audience understood the narrative. As in the last survey for the third draft of our music video, the audience stated that the storyline was confusing. But after making changes, we can tell the audience now understand the narrative of the music video, as everyone said yes.
For question 2, we decided to make a closed question which 3 out of 4 rated as moderate and 1 out of 4 stated very good. With this response, it had a similar response to the rating as the last survey.
For the last question, it was open and closed. To find out how we can improve our music video, 4 out of 4 people answered, with it does need a little bit of improvement.
A majority of the comments were made about the lip syncing, about it not being matched, more enthusiasm, and disliking the lip syncing done by the female.
Overall, gathering feedback was very helpful and constructive, with improvements that we had to make to our music video. We found this very useful and we were able to develop our music video.
The improvement we can make next time would be to send out the survey to males, as we haven't, which could have given us a variety of feedback, and also ensuring that we state what rates stand for, as it could have been confusing to the audience.